Hello, hello, and welcome along or welcome back to another live watch along for the NBL season 25-26 between the Adelaide 36ers and the Tasmania Jackjumpers. We are awaiting tip off, and those of you who joined us a little earlier on and seeing some familiar names, certainly hoping for something a little more competitive than what we saw in the earlier game as Sydney blew out the New Zealand Breakers, headlined by a 27-4 second quarter. Hey, Harry, Mark, Keta, good to see you. All in the chat early. True, good to see you back again. Yes, certainly looking forward to this one. Tassie up against Adelaide, the ladder leaders up against the side who will be breathing a little bit of relief after the Breakers got thumped there. Tasmania, it just further secures their top 6 berth and their play-in spot, but they'll be wanting to try and chase down the likes of Perth for 5th spot and even higher aspirations potentially, and need to really go on a winning run from here on the run home. But we'll wait and see. We've had some tight games already this week. We saw Cairns getting it done in Ignite Cup on Wednesday night by 1 point. Hey, Jay, good to see you, mate. I think Adelaide just, but I'm not super confident. We did our bets in the preview video a little bit earlier today, and we went with the over total, and then we had a couple of player multis that we went around. So our bets, we had Magnay, so Will Magnay, Josh Bannon, and Zylan Cheatham. So the two bigs from Tasmania and Zylan from Adelaide, all to get 6 or more rebounds for $2. And then we had Zylan Cheatham at 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists for $3.40. And if I had to take a pick, I'll go with Adelaide just, but not with a huge amount of confidence. Hey, John, you need a win. You need this one, Adelaide and over mark, okay? Well, I think if Adelaide gets it done, it should go over. There's my suggestion, but we'll wait and see. I'm looking forward to the battle here. Magnay and Bannon up against Humphreys and Cheatham. Some big boys who can move the ball. And then you throw in the likes of Bryce Cotton and Bryce Hamilton on either side. Yes and no, John. You want the Jackjumpers? Don't know anything about the NBL. This is how we learn, Jay. That's okay. No action tonight. Just buzzing about your Miami Hurricanes. So you should be, mate. So you should be. It's a good win today over Ole Miss, I think. So good finish in that one. For the Philippines. Happy days, John. Slowly filling out our United Nations here. If you're liking it and enjoying the show, make sure to hit like on the video. And of course, hit subscribe too. Indiana wins it all. Hey, Seka, how are you? What do we got from here? We're down to the semis, aren't we? The college playoffs, for those who don't know what we're chatting. I know, Astro, you asked me the other day about doing some streams for them. I don't think it's going to work this year, but cheeky little Frankie feature in the back, yes. Harry, for those that don't know, my dog Frankie does like to make a cameo. It was her birthday yesterday. She turned 10. Indiana, Oregon will be an interesting one, yeah. So, yeah, back to that Astro. It's not going to line up for the college games. I might be able to sneak in 1 or 2 of the NFL playoffs. We'll see how we go. But just depends on other commitments. Ooh. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one tomorrow. Oregon, Indiana. Winner will take on Miami. So, they've done well to come from the 10th seed, though, Astro. Yeah, potentially. We'll have a look at some of those too, some different things. We're going to try some different things, but obviously the basketball's working really well as we get into the playoffs. We're going to try and do a couple of women's games. They play some on a Tuesday night, so we might try and pop a couple of the Tuesday WNBL games in, see if there's much interest in those. But again, just trying to do the preview videos as well. So hopefully, Astro, you've had a chance to check those out. Need the Jackjumpers to keep it close, Xander. Yeah, tough beat on the Breakers for those that got on the Breakers. Scrape some profit. All right, well, we'll see what we can do. I say like I have some sort of control. No way Jack wins this. I like it. People are getting behind it. Thanks, Astro. I love it, mate. I'm really enjoying this. We'll keep the other content going that we've been doing. Got some tennis stuff coming up around the Australian Open. We'll do some preview and review. We'll try and do them each day. Thanks, Jay. Just rocking it out, mate. Bringing it back. The Magnum PI. You'd be too young to understand who Magnum PI is, Jay, but you can Google that. Oh, we're all set for tip-off here. The 36ers versus the Jackjumpers. Let's take a quick run through the starting lineups, of course. Was the Sydney Kings getting it done comfortably over the New Zealand Breakers in the earlier game. But starting with Tassie very quickly before they tip. Starting five, Bryce Hamilton, Nick Marshall, Tiger Campbell, Will Magnay and Josh Bannon. Their bench, Anthony Dimmick, Nicholas Stoddart, Majok Dang, David Johnson, Ben Eyre and Archie Woodall. And then for Adelaide, the starting five, they are at full health. Flynn Cameron, Isaac Humphries, Bryce Cotton, their captain, the five-time MVP, Troy Brown Jr. and Zylan Cheatham. Their bench, Matt Kenyon, Isaac White, Michael Harris, Keanu Rasmussen, Nick Rakasevich, DJ Vasiljevic and Dang Manyang. And we are underway here. Yes, Adelaide are at home. It's in Adelaide, that's right. Heading to the gym, Astro. Go and throw the tin, mate. What are we working out today? Little jump up from the free throw line for Bryce Hamilton to get us started. Tassie, get the points first. Zylan Cheatham. Back to Flynn Cameron. Nice little pop pass in for Humphries. Johnson gets a hand in though. Oh, sorry, Hamilton gets a hand in. Now it's thrown back. Cotton for three. Doesn't go. Leaves it just a touch short. Goes back to him again. Cheatham. Marshall thinks about trying to drop in, but Cotton gets the first bucket. Biceps and shoulders twice a day, 3 times a week. Jeez, that's some serious work, mate. You'd be pumping those arms. We fire it wide, the Jackjumpers. Magnay drops it off for Johnson. Little step across with Cheatham. Beats him. Bannon at the edge of the lane. Back to Johnson. Outside for three. Spins around the hoop. Pops back out. I thought he had it. Good news is, unlike in the first game, we do have a shot clock on the streams scoreboard for me that I can see, so I can commentate on that, which will make it easier. As Humphries is denied there by Will Magnay. Yeah, the Adelaide Entertainment Centre is absolutely sold out. I think about 9,000 capacity, and it will be standing room only. So we have a foul here in the lane by Flynn Cameron. On Tiger Campbell. Beautiful work there. Marshall gets the bucket. Asked for the foul, not given. 4-2 to Tassie. 1:42 gone. Jazz is the best team in the league. The Jazz? The Utah Jazz? I'm very confused, Hez. 3-point shot. Bryce Cotton. Boom. Look at that. Out on the 45, wide on the wing. My NBA team is the Miami Heat, and they had a game today against Chicago, Jay. They got washed out. There's too much water on the floor in an indoor sport. I've only ever seen it once before, and it happened here in Newcastle. Ball spat out now. Nice little touch there. Brown goes to the hoop. Doesn't get it to go, though. The second attempt does from Flynn Cameron. They lead by 3. Oh, we're getting carried away there. Let's go back to 7. Now some nice work. Bannon bats it away. Put it up from deep. Adelaide doesn't quite go. 3 minutes gone here. 7-4. Low on points early. Tiger Campbell fires it wide. Oh, that is a poorly shot 3 from Hamilton. Bryce Cotton, nice little switch in. Bounce pass for Cameron to get another bucket. 9-4. 6:46 on the clock. You're a Bulls fan. Lots of rain here. Yeah, I saw some of the shots. Xander looked pretty wild. Hopefully nothing too serious, but Yeah, it's not often you see games rained out. Tiger Campbell thinks about the 3 for Tasmania, goes in, shoots it inside the lane, leaves it too heavy. Utah Jazz won today, home advantage. Yeah, true nature. I agree. I want it to be a good game, this one. Bit more of a clash than the last one, although the last one looked okay at this point of the game. Just under 4 minutes gone. Bannon doing the work. Johnson's with Hamilton's with him. I keep getting Hamilton and Johnson mixed up for Tasmania. Now Magnay going in, pops it up over the top. They wave away the bucket. And get 2 shots instead. Needs Island Cheatham to get some points and rebounds. That's what we're looking for. Hey, Jaden. Yeah, I'm in Australia, mate. I'm well away from those bushfires, but I do appreciate the kind words. Hopefully everyone down in regional Victoria, in that region and area, is safe. Can Kings beat the Warriors tomorrow? I'm not in-depth enough across the NBA to judge that one, and you'll have to get some better judges than me. Very much focused on the Aussie basketball and a few of the other Australian sports. Predominantly, I'm a casual viewer of the US sports. As Bryce Cotton gets another bucket, my goodness, that man can move. He's up to 7 points already, and we're going to have a timeout for Tasmania. This is your last game before you sleep. What time is it where you are, True? I know you said before. I'm sorry, I did forget where you said you were from. In the US? Like Pennsylvania? I just like engaging with everyone, Jay. It's like commentating, but commentating and chatting with friends at the same time. First quarter winner is looking pretty. 12:42 a.m. You're in Sacramento. That's right. Sorry, that's right. The Kings. Since we talked about that, we're saying Sydney's better. Sorry. Yeah. Right. Bright and early. Got a meeting at 10 a.m. Ooh. Might need a little bit of caffeine before that. Yeah, Secca. Yep. Yeah, I have a few bets. So I've got the 3 bets that I tipped for the channel on this game. Just a little. Just a little. Kings will do it easy against the Warriors. There you go, Hez. Well, 4 minutes 29 gone. DJ Vasiljevic is going to check in for the 36ers. Told me under. Well, it's looking like it at the moment. As I'm not believing you said Jazz the best in the league. Yeah, it's certainly not looking good early, but it's very early in the game. We'll see you soon, Jay. Might be going off to do some of those shoulders and biceps like Astro. Bannon for Tiger Campbell. Tiger Campbell sweeping round. Nice little jumper, little tip home for Bannon. That'll be 2 points back for the Jacks. Sure what's happening here. I'm getting some changes. Isaac White checks in. Cameron checks out. Rakosevic checks in. And Humphries will probably be out. Johnson's in. Bulk changes. Everyone's moving. Cheatham's gone. Didn't look confident that first touch from Rakosevic. White's there. Rakosevic for Cotton coming around. Isaac White, little jumper at the free throw line and hits it. Nice start for him. 13-6. 4:45 on the clock. Just joining us for the first time, make sure to hit like and subscribe on the channel. Or like on the video, subscribe on the channel. Oh, my word. That was nasty, David Johnson. $13-8. 4:25 on the clock. Bryce Cotton pops the ball over for Rakosevic. Campbell gets a hand in on the ball. They're going to say he got a hand in on the man. Adelaide inbound at their defensive baseline. Bring it around. Sorry, offensive baseline. Humphries is back in. Cotton on the work with Johnson. Sweeps it round. DJ Vasiljevic. No, White, sorry. DJ sweeping the other way. White almost gets it to go. Humphries almost gets it to go. Rakosevich almost gets it to go. And then it comes away to Tiger Campbell. He's going to take it down court. Campbell against White. Slices one way. Takes DJ Vasiljevic on. But we're going to come back. He's been fouled. Chef, the time on the clock is 3 minutes 59 to go in the first quarter. If that's what you're asking, just confirm that for me, mate. They're both trash. Under. You're a beam of positivity tonight, Mark. What's going on, mate? You okay? Oh, turnover pass. That's poor. That is poor indeed. Matt Kenyon's out there. You bet over 172. Yeah, so did I, mate. So, but I like the Spurs. This year NBA is really competitive. Hey, Azim, I don't know of any. We've had this conversation each time with people when they've come on. I don't know of any that you can watch it on, but depends on what country you're in, first of all. I watch it in Australia on ESPN. But yeah, there's not a lot of countries that televise it. I know some betting agencies will televise it through their apps, like Bet365 in certain states in the US and some other countries. Yeah. We haven't been able to find anywhere that anyone can watch it in the US outside of Bet365 in a couple of states if they bet in your state. DJ Vasiljevic for three, drops that and pops down the hammer from range. 3:31 on the clock. As you want those Jacks. They're a bit sloppy so far tonight. Oh, that's a nice move from Hamilton, and that follows it up with the bucket. Gets them to double digits at least. Hamilton's 7th in the league for points per game. 308. Vasiljevic goes for three, and that is well offline. But has he been fouled? What have we got here? There's a foul off the ball, so they're going to take it from the sideline inbounds. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Cotton on the ball. Little crossover. Pops the ball for Vasiljevic for a three. This one doesn't go. Bannon bats it across the baseline, I think. He does. It'll be Adelaide ball. 14 on the shot clock. Yeah, Azim, that's one of the big reasons that we do what we do here. One, because we enjoy the engagement, but two, a lot of people can't watch this in other countries, so we bring you the coverage. DJ Vasiljevic working it around, crosses back over, steps outside on the wing. Rakosevich trying to get the shot over the top, and we're going to have a jump ball. Good work there. Is that Dang? Jock Dang. Thanks, Azim. Just doing what I can, mate. And as I said, enjoy the engagement. It's great having everyone in the chat and talking about it, asking questions. If you're following certain player stats, I can try and keep you up to date on those as where they're up to as well. Bryce Hamilton goes over the top. Doesn't drop, though. Yeah, it's not looking good for the overs so far, Chef, but we'll wait and see. It's a long game. I said, if you haven't already, make sure to hit like on the video. Get involved in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, what your bets are, whatever you want to throw in there. Or if you want to chat, as some of the boys were a little bit earlier, about some different other sports. That's cool too. Pretty free-flowing sort of place. Swing deep. DJ Vasiljevic fake three, steps forward to the line. Doesn't get that one to go either. There's Bannon with a rebound. Working it around, finds Johnson. Johnson step back from the three-point arc. Doesn't go, though. Bryce Cotton with a rebound on the quick break. Thinks about pulling up. Steps back, swings it across, and fires it at Majok Dang. He's one-on-one with DJ Vasiljevic. And it's going to be an offensive foul on Dang. Yeah, we saw that Wednesday night. really low score in first quarter, and there was like 63 points in the second quarter. It was wild. So, speaking of wild second quarters, that Sydney Kings Tasmania game was pretty out there. We'll see how we shape from here. Will Magnay quiet on the boards early? One of our wagers that we had. Bryce Cotton, DJ Vasiljevic working with him, tries to set a moving screen. Cotton for three, finds the front of the rim. Johnson takes it, gives it off to Ben Eyre, who's out there now, swings it across. Johnson fires it back out. Ben Eyre drives in towards the lane. It's deflected. Cotton tries to get to it. Magnay gets there. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Eyre open three from the left wing and hits it. That's big for the Jackies. Gets it back to a 3-point game. 1:15 on the clock. Hey, Jaden, you took under 84.5 at the half. Second quarter's always unpredictable. Let's see if the bench shows up. We're seeing some bench moments already as Brown's back out there now. Little crossover behind his back. Doesn't get it to go. I mean, they're just not creating enough shots either side for it to really get going. It's not like they're shooting at poor rates. Adelaide are at 42%. Tasmania at 50%. 6 on the shot clock. Eyre looking for options. Gives it to Dang. Dang for Johnson for a deep three. Hits the rim. Doesn't go. And Magnay just watched it over the baseline. I'm not sure what that was about. 35.1 on the clock. Is much better having a close one for this one, Jay. You were right. Spurs a second seed on the league. Well, they would be overall, wouldn't they? Because what are the Thunder? They've dropped a couple now, 30 and 7, something like that. And Spurs are 4 games behind them. The Pistons have got a better record than the Spurs, though, don't they? Hez? Ball lobbed over the top now. Comes wide. Flynn Cameron's back out there. Bounce back for Troy Brown, who takes a one-legged 3-point shot. Looks like he's a flamingo. Deep for Eyre for 3. Trying to get it done. Dang gets it up. Doesn't go. That'll be quarter time. 16-13. Very low scoring first quarter. But it is game on at the moment. It is a little way under. Need to average. What do we need to get over? We're looking for 172. So we need 86.5. So we need 43-point quarters. Talking cricket, Jay. You're going to lose a lot of our American audience, my friend. But that's okay. It's very much going to depend, not on his Ashes performance, but it's going to depend on who gets runs in the domestic cricket in the Sheffield Shield. If someone else can put their name up in lights, then they will. If no one stars as an opener, then they probably won't. That's your answer. And that'll be for the tests in July against Bangladesh in Darwin. But we are 1 quarter down, team. So let's have a recap of the scores on the doors. And no surprises who's leading the scoring, but we'll start with the Jackjumpers. 4 points for Bryce Hamilton. 3 points for Ben Eyre. And then 2 points each for Marshall, Campbell and Johnson. 3 rebounds for Nick Marshall as well. That's about the tail of the tape for them. As I said, Bryce Cotton leading the way, 7 points. 1 rebound, 1 assist. 4 points for Flynn Cameron. He's got 3 rebounds. Isaac White, 2 points. DJ Vasiljevic, 3 points. Zylan Cheatham's got 2 rebounds. That's about where we sit after the first quarter. Not a lot happening. Hey, AO. I'm going to go with AO because I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Some of these usernames, guys, you're making it tough for me. Good to have you, though. Fresno, California, 12:54 a.m. Bright and early in the early hours of your Friday morning. Happy Friday, AO. Good to have you with us. Thanks for tuning in. Let us know who you're backing here. It is a random time for a test because we can in Darwin because it's the dry season in Northern Australia. So more time for cricket means more cricket. and it's when it fits into the very busy calendar. Best 2 players on each team. Bryce Cotton is the best player in the league by far. He's won the MVP 5 times. He's the one that's on 7 points for Adelaide. Next best player, it depends what you're talking about in terms of best player. I would probably say either Zylan Cheatham or DJ Vasiljevic. But they've got some really good players. Adelaide. For Tasmania, their best players, Bryce Hamilton's their best, I would say. And then, depending what sort of basketball you like to watch, if you like physical basketball, possibly a Josh Bannon or a Will Magnay. But if you like exciting stuff and wild hairdos, then Tiger Campbell's your man. We are into the second quarter now. Tassie have got the ball. Magnay on the ball. Gives it to Johnson. Tassie with a miss to start the second quarter. That doesn't help our overs bet, guys. Come on. Troy Brown Jr. Bryce Cotton is the man there. Yeah, it's very variable in terms of it, but yeah, definite stand out to the 2 Bryces, Bryce Cotton and Bryce Hamilton for their 2 teams. Nice little ball over the top. Cheatham goes up and gets it done. 2 points for Zylan Cheatham. Ben Eyre, what can he pull up? Swings it wide. To the mismatched shoes of Nick Marshall. Magnay over the top, gets a bucket. Jackies aren't going away just yet. Brown Jr. working it. Trying to run the point here. Gives it off to Cotton. Splits wide. Cotton pulls to the left. Still outside the 3-point arc. Crossing over against Marshall. Drives into the lane. Fires it wide. 3-point shot. Oh, boom. That is nice. Is that Cheatham? It is. Back-to-back buckets for Zylan Cheatham. 21-15. That was a nice 3 from wide from Cheatham. Those electric yellow shoes. Adelaide are first. Tasmania are 6 as the Jackies get another 2 points. Adelaide are first. They're about 4 games clear on top. The Jackjumpers are 6th. And as it stands at the moment, yes, both of these teams should make the finals. You have the top 2 teams go straight into the semi-finals, where they'll play in a best-of-3 series. And the teams from 3rd to 6th, as they go to Cheatham wide again, he thinks about the 3. He's just inside, goes for 2, doesn't get it. Johnson with the rebound. 3rd plays off against 4th. The winner in a 1-game play-in semi-final, and the winner of that will play 2nd in their 3-game series. 5th plays 6th. That team, the loser of that game is eliminated. The winner of that game plays the loser of 3rd versus 4th. And then the winner of that game, as confusing as that all sounds, will then go on and play their semi-final series against the team that finishes first. You can get all the details on all of that if you look up the NBL on Wikipedia, NBL Final Series. There's a really good explainer there on it. As Deng sends it back inside. Johnson doesn't go. Magnay almost pulled the rebound. Loses the ball. And Flynn Cameron goes the other way. He just splits them in the paint. Flynn Cameron, that is a nice move. Undersized man, just putting on the show. Has he now? Nick Marshall. He's been in good form lately. As I say that, he almost turns it over. Magnay drops it back. Johnson's there. One of the 3 imports for Tasmania. Ben Eyre flicks it up. For Magnay, he fires it wide. Majok Dang fakes the 3. Pops it back. Marshall for 3. Drains it. Boom, what a shot. 3-point ball game. 7:07 on the clock. Thank you, Jay. For those who haven't already, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Do I pay attention to the WNBL? I do. I would say the reason the game's been postponed, I pay a passing attention to it's probably fair sector. I would say the reason the game was postponed would be due to the fires are in Victoria at the moment. So I'm guessing they would have been a regional game. Possibly Bendigo, was it? Tonight. So I'm just having a look here. What are we up to? We are the 9th of the 1st. Yeah, so the Bendigo game would have been postponed due to the bushfires that are in regional Victoria at the moment. There's some pretty severe bushfires. Why is Cotton playing so many minutes? Because he's a superstar and he can. I was listening to a podcast on this today, not just on specifically on Cotton, but good players in tight games need to be playing 35 minutes out of 40, or at least able to. And that's what they're doing with him. But he's on the bench at the moment, so you'll be happy. As Bryce Hamilton gets a bucket back. 1 point game now. Jack Jumpers are trying to fight back. Hamilton up to 6 points. Yeah, Cotton's been sitting for a couple of minutes now. Yeah, they will push, unfortunately, but just hoping that everyone's safe in the bushfires. As Magne gets that one off the boards, are we going to say goaltending? We are. It's tough, Secca, but sometimes there's some things that are a little bit bigger than sport in our parlays. Am I right? 6 minutes on the clock to go till half time. 25-22, the 36ers, the ladder leaders, they lead. Ben Air, little swivel. Lays it off. Dan gets it out. Now it goes wide. Sitting with Bryce Hamilton. And we're going to have a foul here. Going to be called on Flynn Cameron. He's got some feedback for Hamilton. Yeah, parlays are up there. Parlays are life some days. I appreciate the sense of humour, Secca. That's good stuff. You won't be happy now, Tony. Bryce is back out there. Ben Air working the ball. Sweeps around to the left. Pulls up at a 30-degree angle to the baseline and drains a three. Ties us back up 25-25. 5:27 on the clock. Ball goes up for Cheatham. He slices through into the paint. And Majok Dang gets the stop. Nice move, Majok Dang. And then David Johnson. No, Bryce Hamilton passes it straight to Matt Kenyon. Cheatham thinks about a three-point shot. Decides better of it. DJ Vasiljevic lobs it up. Zylan Cheatham swings it wide. Goes out of bounds. Tasmania ball. It's pretty helter-skelter at the moment. Us overs punters are needing a few more points here, though. Chipping away at it. 5:01 on the clock in the half. Ben Air. Majok Dang. Dang fires it into Air. Open in the post. That's a nice quick ball. Moving a good line. And Tasmania take the lead. It's the first time they've led since the opening seconds of the game. Mike Wells calls a timeout, the Adelaide coach, and is scratching his head a little. Great to have you all tuning in. Let us know where you're watching from. Get involved in the comments. Get involved in the conversation. Let us know about, we're talking NBA teams before. They were talking up, hyping up the Spurs. Hyping up the Thunder. Someone hyped up the Jazz. Questionable, but that's okay. We've all got our opinions. Hey, Serge, USA, whereabouts? What state are you in, my friend? Who's your basketball team? Let us know. College, NBA, whatever you follow. You got a wager on the game? Good to have you with us. The Brooklyn Nets, Jay. Why the Brooklyn Nets, Jay? I know you're not from Brooklyn, so Bretsky, Taz may win this. You're right, they just may. I tell you what, if they win this, I am prepared to call it with. They will only have what will that be? 8 games to go, and they'll be 4 wins clear of New Zealand. Then I will say that will be enough. New Zealand will still have. What have New Zealand got? I think they now have. Let me do the maths. They've still got 10 games to go, but they would need to win 5, 6 more and not have Tassie win any. Newcastle Jets for you. Only thing on Bovada. Yeah, fair enough. Here we go. Adelaide take a long-range shot. Kenyon gets the rebounds. Island Cheatham. Oh, he had an open jumper there. Didn't want to take it. Cotton gives the ball back to him. He goes to work in the paint. Little pass inside. That's selfless. Kenyon can't get it to go. Out of bounds. Off Adelaide. Tasmania ball. Hey, Yom. What's going on? Colours, I like the area. Yeah, that's as good a reason as any. Harry with your Newcastle Jets for you, mate. It's just soccer, soccer, and soccer all the time with Harry. We know that. He loves it. Who have I got tonight? I had the overs, which is not looking great, Yom. And then I had some wagers on some rebounds. So I had Cheatham, Nolan Cheatham for Adelaide, Will Magnay and Josh Bannon all to get 6 rebounds each. That was at even money. And then I had Zylan Cheatham to get 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. He hasn't got any assists yet. He's got 3 rebounds and 5 points. So not looking great. Went okay on the other game, though. Magnay gets the bucket there. Free throw. Takes Tassie's lead out to 3. 4:11 on the clock. Doesn't get the second one. Oh, and then Kenyon loses it over the baseline for Adelaide. So it'll be Tasmania ball, offensive baseline, 4:09 on the clock. They can extend this here. Magnay, Hamilton. Going to be a foul called. I think it's going to be on Kenyon. Tasmania money line. Okay. You took the Tas money line too? I don't hate it. Like, realistically, if I was looking at where the value was, it probably was. Like, I think the line was about 5.5, 6. I probably added it 3.5 to 4.5. So there's a slight bit of value there. I mean, Adelaide are definitely the better team on paper, but Tassie on their day, and they play better away from home as Magnay gets another free throw as he gets another 2 at the line. So I can see the logic. Again, doesn't get the second one. This time, Cheatham takes it. That's better. Cotton, bounce pass in for Cheatham, going to work in the paint, gets another 2. I like seeing that. My week's going good, Yom. Wound up my first week back at work after holidays for my day job. That was nice. Wrap that up this afternoon. A bit of live streaming and then some time with friends over the weekend will be the focus. Pop a few videos out as well with some content around the basketball and the cricket as Marshall tries to drain a 3. Zylan Cheatham gets aerial, gets nowhere near the ball. Tiger Campbell goes for a 3 as well and hits it. The Tasmanian Tiger. 32-27, 3:20 on the board. What a way to celebrate his 26th birthday. Draining 3s. Where else would you rather be when you're turning 26? To be 26 again. Cotton with a missed jumper for Adelaide. 3:05 on the clock. Nick Marshall takes it down the left wing. Who do I think will win the BBL this year? The Hurricanes or the Stars? Scorchers will fall just short. Hey, Evan, I watch it on ESPN Australia. It's one of the few benefits of Australia. We don't see lots of live sport, but we see that one. Cotton for 3, and he's been absolutely cleaned up by Nick Marshall. So that'll be a foul. And the 3 didn't go. Oh, we didn't put Tassie's last 2 points on, sorry. So there wasn't any intent in this, but Marshall just overcommitted. He tried to pull up, tried to step out of it, but he just couldn't the way he was going to land. Cotton's okay. 34-27. Bryce Cotton will go to the line for 3 shots. Already more points in this quarter than there was in the last. No, he won't go to the line for 3 shots. He's going to say it wasn't a shooting foul. It was after. Another one on Marshall. Campbell's collided with someone. It's all happening here. All right, back to Adelaide now. Cotton for DJ Vasiljevic. Drives into the paint, DJ, just inside the lane. Hits the front lip of the rim. Rakosevic can't bring it in, and it falls for Hamilton. He gives it off to Tiger Campbell, the birthday boy. Fakes under 1. Finishes over a second. And all of a sudden, Tasmania lead by 9 with 2:21 on the clock before half time. They've gone on a run, the boys. Ben Ayres doing some dance moves. It's almost an Irish jig in the Tasmania's white and green, the Irish colours. Score at half time in the last game I streamed was like 50-21. 50-21, and I reckon you will score 21 runs in cricket tomorrow, Jay. I've got no idea. Every run you make under 21, you need to do 5 push-ups, and every run you get over there, I'll do 1. The end of that just came through as a blank message. 36-27. You'll think a cash out Taz now. I'll wait and see if they win. That is a personal preference choice, Xander, I guess. What depends what the cash out is as well. Well, is it a juicy cash out? If it's a juicy cash out, then what price do you take? Once you get them at plus 150? Yeah, like I say, it'd have to be a juicy price for me to think about it. I don't love a cash out, to be honest. I don't love a cash out. I'd rather a hedge. Game's over already, Bretsky. I'll tell you what, you need to probably tune to a bit more NBL. Adelaide led by 13 at 3/4 time the other week and lost. They've come back from 11 points down as well. Top 4 teams in the NBL are the best teams, Jay. Adelaide, Southeast Melbourne, Sydney and Melbourne in that order at the moment. Sydney and Southeast Melbourne interchangeable in second. Those top 4 all championship contenders. Then you go to Perth, who are probably a little bit short of being a championship contender. Then Tasmania are next. Probably Illawarra after that. Then the Breakers, who we just saw. And Cairns and Brisbane are at the bottom. Tasmania get a shot away just with 0.3 of a second on the shot clock. Doesn't go for them. So it stays a 9-point game. 1:30 on the clock here. Brown Jr. tries to get it done. Little block there from Magnay. It'll be Adelaide ball. 1:25 on the clock. 13 on the shot clock. $1:17 till half time. Adelaide working around. Bryce Cotton, step across 3. Misses everything. Bannon gets the rebound. Josh Bannon and Zylan Cheatham are doing their bit. Will Magnay is not doing his bit for the rebounds. Nice little floating jumper there. Is that Hamilton over the top? He is on fire. They lead by 11. 45 seconds on the clock. Zylan Cheatham's back out there, the big man. Gives it to Cotton. 10 on the shot clock. And then we've got an offensive foul against Rakasevich for an illegal screen. 38.5 on the game clock. 24 on the shot clock now for Tasmania. They can further extend this lead. Mike Wells will be losing his mind here, the Adelaide coach. And the referees have got that absolutely right. He set the screen, and then as Marshall tried to go around it, he stepped across again. They're not at the moment, but it's amazing what a halftime pep talk can do. Timeout called. No, the second, they're not looking good at the moment. Put -4.5 Tasmania quarter 2. Gerald, you are on fire. You're like a time traveller. Picking these games at the moment. Normally it's Nick doing that. Sir Nick the Savage. But he and Ken have gone missing this game. Very unlike the two of them. Ken, they were both popped on for the last game. Ken was there for a bit. That is a good hit, Secca. Well played. Well played. What sort of odds did you get on that? What was that? Plus 130 or something like that? 120? Would have been okay for the first half money line. Yeah, Tasmania have quietly impressed me Yeah, crowd now panning into the fancy seats. We've got a couple of professional AFL players. Aussie rules. I'll take the credit, Gerald. I'm happy to take the credit. I'll take no responsibility when things go sideways, but I'll take the credit. Happy days, mate. Well done, Secker. Always happy when I see people tuning in and winning. Tassie working it in, Bannon underneath. Cheatham comes across, tries to swat it away, swats his hand, and Bannon will go to the line for 2 free throws. Big trouble if we're looking for those overs. Even this quarter short of what we need. So Nick would tell me, unders all the time. Sending good vibes from Florida. I'm going to put the stream up on the main TV because it's 4 a.m. here. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on again. I love the name still. Every time. Makes me chuckle. First free throw goes down for Bannon. I think all of my bets are in trouble here, team. 40-27. Can't see the overs hitting from here. We're going to need 100 points in the second half. Need a monster quarter from someone. And with these teams shooting at 35 and 50%, probably need Adelaide to pick up their shooting. Cotton gets it off to Cheatham. 10 on the clock. Back to Cotton. He's going to have to take a shot from halfway at this rate. Drives forward towards the three-point line. He's there looking for Cheatham over the top. Swings it wide. Isaac White gets away a three-point shot. Won't go. And that will be halftime. 40-27. Tasmania. What a second quarter. 27-11. Well, let's have a run through the scorers, and there's a spread of them. Ben Eyre leading all comers with 8 points, as is Bryce Hamilton, both on 8 points. Hamilton 3 rebounds and assist. Eyre with 2 assists. Then for Tassie, Nick Marshall on 7, Tiger Campbell on 7. Marshall's got 4 rebounds and assists. Tiger Campbell just the 1 assist. Will Magnay's got 4 points, as does David Johnson. And then on the other side for Adelaide, let's have a look through there, and then I'll come back to your questions. 7 points for Bryce Cotton. 1 rebound, 3 assists. 7 points for Zylan Cheatham. 4 rebounds. And 6 points Flynn Cameron. 4 rebounds, 1 assist. So they're the leaders for the two sides. Tasmania will win by 10 plus, Brett. 13 is not crazy numbers in this league. No, true nature. We've seen teams come back from 25 just before halftime in games. We've seen teams come back from 13 at three-quarter time. Evan, I would back the 36ers to fight back. That's all I'm going to say. Whether they do it in the third or the fourth, whether they get back into actually winning the game, I just can't see them continue to shoot so poorly. They're at almost 33% from both the field and general play. Mike, it all depends on your price, mate, but they are a chance if you can get a really juicy value price on it. I would be suggesting I would want to be looking 13-point deficit. I'll probably want plus 300 at that. Yeah, second, like I say, everything's got a price, but yeah, if you get like plus 300, plus 200, too light for me at this point, Cam. So anyway, guys, I'm going to take a little break. I'll be back in about 7 or 8 minutes, ready for that second half to bring home the second of these games in the doubleheader. If you haven't already, I'd love it if you could hit like on the video. And if you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit subscribe. The more I can grow the channel, the more of these games I can put up is basically how it works. Once I start getting to that sort of 1,000 viewer mark eventually for the subscribers and all that sort of stuff, then I'm going to be able to punch out more and more of this and cover more. Jaden, that's aggressive, but hey, you got to be in it to win it. Nice stuff, Cam. Love that. What a positive note to get out and take a breather. We are back for the third quarter, getting set. Things to get back underway here. And this Tasmania with the advantage at three-quarter time. Abel, betters beware. You're about to sleep, upset because of the 36ers. Well, it's not over yet. It is not over yet. We're getting underway in about 13 seconds or so with third quarter. And Adelaide, if they can get off to a good start here, are right in this. We've had some weird and wonderful swings in this competition so far. And when you've got the man, Bryce Cotton, never say never. As I like to say, the NBL is a competition where anything can and will happen. We're underway here. Isaac White on the ball for Adelaide. Gives it off here. Bryce Cotton. Cheatham sets the screen. Cotton peels back. Flynn Cameron wide on the left. Drives into the lane. Flicks it out for Cheatham. He lays it off for Cotton. 6 on the shot clock. Lobs it forward. Tiger Campbell takes the interception. Nick Marshall did what I would call travel at the best of times, but they've let the bucket stand. 42-27. Tasmania are in the lead. Adelaide now working it back. Swing it wide. Cheatham's there. Goes towards the hoop. That'll be a foul. That'll be a shooting foul. They wave away the bucket after the fact. Took your profit and put it on Adelaide. Okay. Well, hopefully they can come back for it. Zolan Cheatham's going to be at the line. He does not get his first free throw. He does get his second free throw. 14-point lead. Cheatham's up to 8 points. Early days, Evan, but it is looking like a great start for Tassie as they get another bucket. Bryce Cotton's going to need to weave some magic here. Zolan Cheatham fires it wide. Flynn Cameron drains a three. That helps. Gets us back to where we were at halftime, though. Magnay for Marshall. Back to Tiger Campbell. Bannon sets the screen. Campbell bounce pass. Bannon thinks about a shot from the free throw line. Now works in over the top of Isaac Humphries. Doesn't go for Tasmania. Isaac White up over the top. Pushed away. That looked a little like goaltending, but anyway. I'm going to say it was in front of the hoop. ESPN in Australia, Evan. What are you saying? Oh, you're saying if you're from North America. But I think there's some guys that watch it on Bet365 if they offer markets in their state. Jackjumpers give a sloppy foul there from David Johnson. That's Bryce Hamilton. Sorry for the foul. .804 to go in this third quarter. Adelaide needing to find some fight here. The 36ers bring it in from their defensive baseline. Cotton. Little crossover. Bumps into Marshall. Bumps back. Maintains position. Gives it to Isaac Humphries at the top of the three-point arc. Isaac White drives to the left-hand edge of the lane. Flings it back outside 3 points for Bryce Cotton. 3 on the shot clock. Cotton going to work. Mid-range jumper. Doesn't go for him. Humphries gets a touch, but it sits up for Tiger Campbell, who takes off. All the way down the other end. He's got Magnay with him. Can't get a pass to him. Magnay's been sniped by Cheatham. Play on, says the referee. Now Magnay's got the ball. He's not looking fully healthy. Bannon goes over the top. Are we going to count the basket or are we going back for the foul? Just a tangle up in the end. It's going to be inbound ball here for the Jackjumpers. Tiger Campbell's got it. 7:20 on the clock here in the third quarter. Pushes it across. Bryce Hamilton goes for the fake step. Isaac White doesn't buy it. Crosses over, comes back, goes for 3 and hits it. That hurts if you're Adelaide. 47-31, a 16-point lead. The biggest of the game. Cheatham gives it off to Flynn Cameron. It's just Adelaide look like they're lacking some motivation and spark. There's Zylan Cheatham going to the hoop, getting a bucket. He's going to hit his 10 points that I needed. He's not going to find his 10 rebounds and assists, though. Now Tiger Campbell sweeping around, pops the ball into the paint. Tasmania draw the foul. Isaac Humphries not happy about that. Yeah, it's ESPN Australia, Evan. Yeah, Brett, I think that is the challenge here. Adelaide just not motivated. They're that far clear at the moment. A couple of losses will liven that up, though. Those teams behind. Let's have a look at how the ladder is sitting at the moment. After tonight. So Adelaide are 20-4 at the moment. You expect they'll go 20-5 the way this is tracking. South East Melbourne 16-7, so still 4 wins behind them. But they'll have an extra game in hand. Let's have a look at that actually. So they'll be 19-5 after this. So South East Melbourne will have an extra game in hand and be 3 wins behind them. Back-to-back missed free throws for Tassie helps. Free Hungry Jack's cheeseburgers for the Aussie fans. Code word is strategy. If you got the app, Zylan Cheatham in. Oh, that would have been a nice little bucket for Rakosevic. Now Hamilton crossing over, crossing back, doubling up, pulling back. He's all over the shop, gets it somehow to Bannon, who pulls away from Cameron, but can't get the bucket. Cheatham another rebound. Cheatham the screen for Cotton for 3. Cotton hits it. That is ice cold. 11-point game. I think if they just get into single digits, true, then it's game on. 7 would be ideal. 7, I wouldn't be confident they're going to come back, but they have some momentum there. Offensive foul against Tassie. A couple of things starting to go their way. Cotton on the ball now. 5:25 to go here. Crossing it up. Working against his opposite number and opposite man in Nick Marshall. Swings it wide. Isaac White's out there. Tiger Campbell dispossesses him. 2-on-1 here against Bryce Cotton. Cotton gets a hand in on Marshall. They're going to try and close him down. They can't do it. He spins out and goes wide. Magnay gives it off. Bryce Hamilton's there, but Hamilton asks for the screen against White. That's what he does. Then he rolls in, looking for an option. Bannon goes into the paint, comes up against Isaac Humphries. Isaac Humphries dispossesses Magnay. That's a big don't argue. Isaac White goes all the way himself, flicks it up and under, and he'll draw the foul. Yeah, hindsight is a wonderful thing, unfortunately, but these two are both solid defensive sides. I thought they'd probably put up a few more shots. But as you say, now we're only 83 points here, low scoring. And Isaac White's going to go to the line here to try and reduce it. I was going to say below double digits, but he's missed his first with 4:44 on the clock. So if he can get the second, I'll be back to 10-point margin. Adelaide are 1 from 3 from the free throw line. Make that 1 from 4. He's missed 2 there. So both teams have missed their last 2 free throws. Tasmania are 4 from 8. It's hardly great reading. Goaltending there against Rakosevic. That seemed a little tough considering some of the ones that got away with earlier in the game. Yeah, True two, missed both. Both teams have missed 2 free throws back to back. He's got that hand up above the rim's his problem. Fired pass in. Rakosevich is there. Magnay, I thought he got the ball, but hey, calls have gone. Some pretty rough ones have gone against both sides. And now Rakosevich will go to try and break this streak of 4 missed free throws. Actually, I think it's 5 if we go back to the last shooter. Yeah, I can see how the referee's called that. Rakosevich at the line. No, he's not going to go to the line because Scott Roth's going to challenge it. Coach's challenge comes in, 4:18 on the clock. Well. Yeah, they're just not motivated, True. I think that's the problem, right? There's just no spark coming for them. So, anyway, while this coach's challenge goes on, perfect time. If you haven't already and it's unsuccessful, give the video a like. If you haven't already jumped into the comments, get in the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from, who you're barracking for, whatever else, who your team is, whether it's this sport or another sport. Take your profit and go to sleep, kiddo. That's not the worst advice. I will be going to bed very soon after this live stream tonight. But yeah, certainly, if you haven't already, hit like on the video. I appreciate the cluster of you who have, and I'd love it if you haven't already, hit subscribe. We're trying to build it up, keep chipping away at things. I don't know if they are already. That'd be pretty surprising this early in the third quarter, I think, but I'll let you know in a second, Gerald. Actually, they are. They are, yep. So they've just ticked over because they've gone to 5. So that will be the 5th. Would have been a shooting foul anyway. But yes, they are in the bonus now with 4:18 to go in the third. Well spotted. Good maths. I thought they might have still been short. So Will Magnay sits down. He's got 4 personal fouls. That really hurts my rebound betch. They get the rebound off the free throw on the second one, but and now Flynn Cameron's going to go to the line for 2. Try and cut this deficit back down. He hits 1. Chance to make it 10. I've been saying that for a little bit now. Between the two teams, they're currently 8 from 16, 50% from free throws. Make that 9 from 17. Cameron gets 1, and we've got a 10-point ball game. 4:16 on the clock. Stop and a bucket here for Adelaide. How much time's left in the third quarter? There's 4 minutes and 7 seconds. Kimber, thanks for joining us. Hamilton with a little step over crossover. Unloads it to Majok Dang, who's on the 45 outside the 3-point arc, the right side. They go for a long 3. Doesn't go. Dang bats it back to Johnson. Shot clock resets. Johnson goes into the paint. Gets it done. 2 points. Jackies, they go to 51. 3:44 on the clock. Jaden, they have a chance, I'll say. Bryce Cotton for 3 doesn't go, though. That was close. Just skimmed off the outside of the rim. Campbell takes the rebound. And DJ Vasiljevic, Zylan Cheatham. He's got time. He's got space. He fires it wide. Flynn Cameron, he's got Zylan Cheatham with him, but he doesn't need him. Takes the bucket on. 10-point ball game. Plus 3.5 for the quarter or for the game, Ketter? Or the half. Hamilton pops it up. Bannon tries to bat it in, doesn't get it. Cheatham gets another rebound off the glass. And now Cheatham gets a bucket. Adelaide aren't completely done yet. 8-point ball game. Cheatham 12 points, 7 rebounds. To the rebounds I need from him, as is Bannon. Magnay done none of the sort. And he won't get him either for that bet. And the unders is cooked as well. The overs is cooked as well. There's Bannon. Gets 2 points back. Makes it back to a 10-point game. Lynn Cameron sends it down. Cheatham's there setting a screen. Cameron. Had DJ Vasiljevic sweeping. Thinks about a shot over the top of Bannon. Swatted away, but he's going to go to the line again, Flynn Cameron here. Bannon gets another foul. 2:03 on the clock, 53-43. Yep, that's what we said, Abel. Thank you, mate. Yeah, 3.5 might be in trouble. It's going to be tight. Cameron gets a free throw there. Just joining us for the first time, you haven't already, would love it if you hit like on the video. Get involved in the comments as well. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Are you backing? All that sort of stuff as Cameron goes 2 from 2 there. Oh, just need to fix that. I put that on the wrong side. Let's make that 53. 8-point ball game. Yeah, they're having an okay game at the moment. Bannon. Bounce pass in looking for air. Doesn't go, but we're going to have a foul there. They're trying to put up a fight, Xander. They're trying to put up a fight. 1:46 on the clock. Great to have you all tuning in. Great to have you all with us as Air makes the first of his free throws. Nine-point ball game, 1:46 to go in the third quarter. Watching Hawaii, and you got some money down. Hey, Char. Oh, there's Ben Air. Where's your money on this one, Char? 45-55. Now, Isaac White working it down court for Adelaide. 1:37 on the clock, 13 on the shot clock. Swings it wide to the right. Troy Brown's there. Lobs it in, looking for Rakosevich, and he absolutely butchers it. Going the 36ers. We're going to need a little bit of Bryce Cotton magic, I think, if we're going to get home here. Johnson out wide for Hamilton. Cuts in. Brown muscles him around, but Hamilton's too good, too strong. Gets it back to a 12-point lead. 1:12 on the clock. Rakosevich back for DJ Vasiljevic. Bryce Cotton. He's had a quiet game by his standards, Bryce. Just 10 points. DJ Vasiljevic from way downtown and drains the three like only he can. 9-point ball game. 46 seconds on the clock. 4 3/4 time. Jock Dang. Bannon for 3. Doesn't go. Rakosevich gets the rebound. 32 seconds on the clock. 11-second differential. Game clock to the shot clock. Bryce Cotton working it towards the paint. DJ's there. He's screaming for it. He wants to go again, the big man. Gives it to Cotton again. Fades across. 7 on the shot clock. Cotton steps in, steps back for 3, and is fouled in the shot. He's going to go to the line for 3. I thought they'd stop the shot, but they took the man after the ball. That is big for Adelaide. It's a huge three-pointer from DJ. They got the stop. And now Bryce Cotton at the line with 3 free throws. Gets the first one. 8-point ball game. It's the second one. 7-point ball game. Brings up the 50 for them. 15.7 seconds on the clock. He goes for the third now. Lines it up. Got 12 points so far, Cotton. And gets the third as well. And all of a sudden, it's a 6-point game. And you're telling me there's a chance. 15 seconds here. Tasmania will have the last shout. Jackjumpers looking. Drain a three. Hamilton step back for three, and he hits it on the buzzer. My word. What a way to finish the quarter. Push it back to 9 points and just put their sniff in front. Hey, Char, the time here is about 10 to 9, 8:50 p.m. What time is it where you are? Time in Hawaii. You guys over in Hawaii have got one of our greats running your University of Hawaii basketball program, Patty Mills, I think, actually, Char. Former San Antonio Spur. Yeah, that's a tough beat, Keita. Sorry. 60 to 51 as we head into the final quarter. Let's have a look at the numbers. For Tasmania, Bryce Hamilton leading all scorers, 16 points, 3 rebounds and an assist. Nick Marshall, 11 points, 5 rebounds and an assist. Ben Eyre, 10 points, 2 assists. Tiger Campbell, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. And then we have a look at Adelaide 36ers and Flynn Cameron leading all scorers, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Bryce Cotton, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Zylan Cheatham, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. And DJ Vasiljevic, 6 points, no rebounds, no assists. Certainly looks like that could be the case tonight, Brett. 36ers money line. For the final quarter, you think, Ketter? I'm chasing some Zylan Cheatham rebounds and an assist. 3 rebounds and 1 assist in this last quarter is what I need, Char. Yeah, me too. If that last 3 hadn't gone in, I thought it was game on. All right, we're back now. 4th quarter just underway. So let's update the scoreboard to reflect that. Tassie with the ball. Bryce Hamilton. They get the points. They get it started. 2 points. Jock Dang with the bucket. Takes him to 2,500 points in his NBL career. 9:25 on the clock. 11-point ball game. Cotton is on the bench, yes. No, Cotton is not on the bench. Sorry, I take that back. He was hiding out a shot. Yeah, we've got 4 of the best defenses in the league that have played tonight, which will contribute to that. Also, how bad New Zealand played will contribute to that. But these two tend to grind. That's why the total was so low for them. Plus, you know, they're not exactly they're not bad, but they're not the best offensive teams either. Well done, Abel. And ball out of bounds, and it's come off Majok Dang, so it'll be Adelaide ball. Oh, we didn't get Tassie's bucket there, sorry guys. 53-64. Adelaide with the ball. Flynn Cameron will inbound it. Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of rest for Cotton in this game. But while they think there's a sniff, they're going to want him out there. Remembering they've turned around 13-point deficits in the final quarter before. Sorry, no, 11 or 12 against Perth. They went down from 13. Cameron from deep for 3 doesn't go. That hurts. 2 minutes gone in the quarter. And they are backs against the wall. Majok Dang swings it wide. Johnson across air, quick fire. Hamilton steps in, but he stepped on the sideline. It's going to be Adelaide ball. 64-53, 7:56 to go here. Big thank you to all of you for having joined us. Make sure to hit like on the video. I know a good chunk of you already have. If anyone else would like to, that'd be wonderful. Continues to allow us to grow the platform. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe as well and get involved in the comments. Say hello. We like knowing who's watching and where they're tuning in from, as Isaac Humphries gets a bucket there. Bryce Hamilton and Ben Eyre trying to screen for each other, getting in each other's way more than anything there. Hamilton only trips over his own feet. Eyre fires it wide for Bannon. Vasilovic tries to outmuscle Bannon. Bannon goes to the hoop, doesn't go. Cheatham gets the rebound. Bryce Cotton now crossing over, stepping back. Johnson just wanders through, tries to throw it up. He gets fouled in the motion. And he's going to go to the line. Under for Cotton. What was his? His line was 20 and a half, I think. Isaac Humphries now gets his 4th foul, so he'll probably take a breather. Oh, well, Char, good to have you with us. Feel free to come back anytime. Love it if you hit like on the video. Hit subscribe as well if you want to come back when we do some more of these streams. Plenty of Aussie basketball coming to you on live watch-alongs. It's been good to have you with us tonight. Johnson gets the second one there, makes it back to a 10-point game. Cheatham running the point now. Gives it to Cotton. Little fumble. Little crossover step back. Cheatham thinks about setting the screen. Comes in. Drives forward. Lays it off for Cotton again. Cotton gets the 2. 8-point ball game. Bryce is going to try and take him on his shoulders. He's up to 15 points. My dog always likes to just wander through the back of the stream. Nick Marshall gets the bucket. Back to 10 points. Need some Zylan Cheatham rebounds, guys. I thought that'd be the easy part of this. That'd be the least sweat out of the 3 legs. Cotton fires it out. Now Troy Brown, 6 on the shot clock. Gets it up, doesn't go. Cheatham, why aren't you there rebounding? 5:54. Swing it wide. Air from the right wing for 3. Doesn't go. Brown gets the rebound. Gives it off to Cheatham to Cotton. Takes it down court. Cheatham and Brown out there. Oh, nice little behind the back pass from Bryce. So Island doesn't want to shoot. Gives it off to Brown. Swings it wide. They go for 3. Cameron. Rebound spits the wrong way. Cotton will keep taking those shots. You know he will, Tone. Under 7.5 assists. He's only at 4 at the moment. I think he'll keep taking the shots. Magnate all the time in the world. Troy Brown Jr. just comes and steals it away. He goes to the hoop and slams it home. Thanks, Yom. Appreciate that. 59-67. David Johnson, huge three, and hits it. That hurts. That's the nail in the coffin. Good night, Adelaide. Good night, nurse. Flynn Cameron drives in. Pops it over the top. Brown's there. Cotton swinging wide. Cheatham sets the screen. Pulls back in. Zach White drains a three. That's good for Adelaide. I think it's going to be too little too late. 8 points in 4 minutes. Not impossible, but it's unlikely. Good to have you all tuning in. Is this going to be another one of those weird nail biters that comes from nowhere? Magnay fires it in. Majok Dang. Flynn Cameron's absolutely hammered. Cheatham comes through, takes the rebound. One more rebound, 3 minutes 50. That'll make the game in profit. Marshall's going to be called for a foul on Cotton. This game's going to be lucky to get to 150 points at this rate. We'll have a timeout. Tasmania will take it. Well, you think Tasmania have got this by the scruff of the neck, but you just never know. Talking earlier about the college football, down to the final 3 teams. Miami got through today. At the semi-final tomorrow. I was also asking before, hey, how's your back? Just in time for the end. Whether anyone has an eye on the WNBL. I know a few people were talking about it before with the game postponed today. We're going to have a look. Not sure whether we'll do it next week, but maybe in the next couple of weeks, do a couple of Tuesday night games. We'll see how we go. It'll be interesting to see. You're on those Jackies. You want the Jackjumpers to win. They're holding on at the moment. Zylan Cheatham, one more board. That's what we need. And I don't even know if he's out there at the moment. He's not. That doesn't help me. Tiger Campbell gets a steal away from Flynn Cameron. 3:34 on the clock. Tiger Campbell going to work. Swings it across Magnay. Johnson. Get 4 more for Magnay too, which is unlikely, but it'll be huge. Bryce Hamilton for 3. Magnay gets, no, doesn't get a rebound. Cotton swings it in. Rakasevich gets the bucket. 6-point game. 3 minutes on the clock. Nick Marshall now with the ball for Tasmania. I mean, they're trailed by 13 at half time. He leaves that short. Sure, just showing some random replays at the moment. That's odd. So Magnay's going to go to the line. Gets his first one. Yeah, Adelaide have got a couple of shots, but not enough, Xander. Magnay gets 2. 8-point lead, 2:45 to go. Cotton's still out there. He's out there with Cameron, Brown Jr., Isaac White, and Rakasevich. As Marshall bats that out of bounds. He's getting in the face of Bryce Cotton. It's the last thing you do. You don't pull the tail of the tiger. One second and I'll let you know. Hamilton, Campbell, Bannon, Magnay, and Marshall are out there. So yeah, David Johnson is on the bench. It's Hamilton now. Tiger Campbell pushes it back to him. Looking for the mismatch. He's dragged out Troy Brown. He's going to go into the paint now to get it done. Over the top. Tapped in by Bannon. It's back to 10 points. Back to 8 points, sorry. 66-74. They kill him. I mean, they've taken my man off. He needs one rebound to get me home here. Flynn Cameron. He'll go to the line. So that was a shooting foul on Hamilton. 1:45 on the clock. Let's get Cheatham back in there. Come on, guys. That's what we want. Cheatham turns the whole game into profit with one rebound. That's all we need. Magnay checks out. He's fouled out, actually. Cameron gets that one. 7-point game. It feels like it's a bridge too far, my friends. Great to have you all with us, guys. If you haven't already, hit like and subscribe. Thank you. Who's come in for Magnay? We've got Johnson in. Your man's in, Tony. Plus 240. Those are juicy odds for needing one rebound now. I don't think he's checked in. That's my question. Oh, he is in. He's in the game. So, oh, the bucket went. He was under the hoop for that rebound too. He's ready to go. 76-68. 1:31 on the clock. Here's Cheatham on the ball now. Pops it around for Cameron. Bounce pass. He's going to get a bucket, is he? No. Cameron's going to go up. Cameron gets 2 points. 6-point ball game, 1:21. Making him fight for it. Troy Brown gets it. Cheatham went for the block. It's a foul. Marshall, an aggressive foul on Cotton. Strong foul from Marshall. On Cotton. Troy Brown straight away running over to Bryce Cotton, just getting him to cool his jets. They're just trying to take the steam out of Adelaide here. Cotton will go to the line. He's on 15 points. Second leader for Adelaide. Flynn Cameron dominating with 23. Two more Flynn Cameron. Flynn Cameron shooting at 80%. So I don't know that he will go to the line here. This might just be a inbound ball. Will be. Still have fouls to give. 109. Cotton on the ball. Flynn Cameron goes to the hoop. Gets it done. 2 points. 4-point ball game. Minute 3 on the clock. They're going to have a finish on our hands here. Tiger Campbell on the ball. Cameron's up to 25 points. Isaac White hustling against Tiger Campbell. We're going to have a jump ball. Great work, Brown. Just went in there, wrapped both hands on the ball. Couldn't get it free, but did enough to contest possession. .6 seconds on the clock. Brown's going to take a breather. We've got a timeout here. 76-72. 49.6 seconds on the clock. It's a big result for Tassie if they can hang on. It lifts them to 12 and 13. 4 games clear of Illawarra and the Breakers. It'll all but secure them into that 6th spot and gives them a little sniff. They've played a couple more games, but a little sniff of chasing down Perth for 5th and even Sydney in 4th. Certainly is plenty of time for a couple of buckets, Abel. It's going to come down to stops, though. Scott Roth gives the last of his instructions to his Tasmania team. Under 50 seconds to go. On the downhill run here. Friday night hoops. It's been a great doubleheader. Great to have you all with us. If you haven't already, make sure to hit subscribe. Give the video a like as well. And for those of you who haven't jumped in, you might be a little bit shy. Just get into the comments and say hello. It's great to have you all with us. I'll have some more watch-alongs at the back end of next week. We'll have plenty of preview videos, our hoops hype videos, over the next few days as well. Just giving you a little bit of a preview of what's coming, what we're predicting. Been going all right with our bets. We're getting a tough beat last night. We had both players miss by half a point on a $3.50 or $3.60 multi. Marshall fouls again. 46 seconds on the clock. Marshall must be in foul trouble surely by now. So he's only on 3. That might be his 4th. No more points, Diego. I'll be surprised if that's the case. Cotton on the ball now. Cheatham setting the screen. Tries to get free. DJ Vasiljevic is out there. Cotton again. 5 on the shot clock. 4 on the shot clock. Marshall lets him run now. Cotton over the top. Cheatham with a rebound. They keep trying to pop it in, but Tassie are going to come away with it. Nick Marshall breaks away. I think that'll be my rebound I needed. Cameron fouls. 23 seconds on the clock, and Nick Marshall will go to the line, will he? No, they had fouls to give. We'll watch and wait on the rebound count, gang. OT would be good. We had OT on Wednesday night. No, last night. Wednesday night didn't go to OT. It was a 1-point game. There is Cheatham's 10 rebounds. So the $3.40 or plus 240 in the American parlance salutes. Adelaide with a timeout. So it salutes, and that locks in some profit, even though we're going to fall well short. As I said, we're barely going to get to 150. That's 2 games in a row that have barely limped into the 150s. So Tasmania doesn't get easier after this. They take on Melbourne on the road next game. Then Sydney away, Illawarra at home, Cairns away, New Zealand at home. So if they can get any wins out of these next 2. You had enough, Tone. You ready for bed? The dog's had enough. She's leaving. She doesn't want to watch anymore. And for Adelaide, they've got 2 home games in their next 5, both against South East Melbourne. 2 big clashes, top 2 teams. And in between that, they've got New Zealand, Sydney away, and Brisbane away. So you want that Adelaide-Sydney game. That's going to be a fun one. Plenty on the line there. Kendrick Davis, a former Adelaide 36er. DJ Vasiljevic, a former Sydney King, now playing on the other sides. Need Johnson and Cotton under for my 8-legger. Yeah, okay. What do you need them under, though? That's the question, Tony. How much room have you got to move with? Do you just not need overtime? Like Johnson's on 12 points. Cotton's on 15. They must be getting close. Johnson must be close to his. Unless you took alternate totals. Hopefully it's a nice juicy one and you can get home, mate. I'm very happy with mine scraping in tonight. Zylan Cheatham. To be fair, the other one's only going to miss by maybe 2 rebounds, the 6, 6, and 6. But the unders is going to, overs is going to miss by about 20 points. Tiger Campbell inbound, 23 seconds on the clock for Tasmania. Campbell trying to work. The foul's given. 18.1 on the clock. Cheatham gives the foul. Still got one more to give. Gonna need a minor miracle here, Adelaide. Campbell inbounded again. Campbell fires it in. And the foul's immediate. Flynn Cameron gets straight on it. That Cameron fouled out. Will be. So DJ Vasiljevic checks back in. And we have, let's try and see who it is going to the line for the Jackjumpers. Josh Bannon. He's 2 from 4 from the line so far tonight. 8 rebounds, 3 assists, just 4 points. Adelaide have got their shooting up to 43%, but just not enough at this point. How much time left, Diego? 17.2 seconds. Games coming up in the NBL for you. So tomorrow night, Australian time, or tomorrow afternoon, Cairns will play host to Brisbane. It's the battle of the cellar dwellers. Cairns jumped over Brisbane with a win over Melbourne midweek. Brisbane a chance up in Cairns to get it done and come back. And Southeast Melbourne up against Perth. That'll be an interesting one from the State Basketball Centre. The Phoenix won a high-scoring affair, 124 to 113 last night over Illawarra. Speaking of Illawarra, they'll be in action on Sunday afternoon up against the New Zealand Breakers, who we saw earlier tonight. Yeah, 17.2 seconds, that's right. Funkmaster 36ers suck. Well, they're still on top of the ladder, so. And then the weekend will close out on Sunday with the Sydney Kings taking on Melbourne United. Then all the teams head over to Perth next week, and then they'll play what they call Hoops Fest. All the men's and women's games will be over there next weekend. Bannon gets his free throw. So there will be 5 games in action over there. Everyone will play one game. Sydney, Brisbane on the 15th, which will be the Thursday night. Perth, Illawarra on the Friday night. Saturday, Cairns, New Zealand, and Melbourne, Tasmania. And then Adelaide, Southeast Melbourne. It'll be the first of those home games for Adelaide against Southeast Melbourne. 12 seconds on the clock. Cheatham fires it back out. Shot's blocked on Troy Brown. He goes again, doesn't get it. Cheatham tries to slam it home. Bannon's trying to get around. Cheatham fouls him. 2.5 on the clock. How many rebounds does Cheatham have? I can give you that, Terrell. 1 second. He's definitely got 10. Yeah, I needed him for 10, and he got the 10. So if you tuned into our video earlier on, the value bet in this one got up, which will see us with 0.4 to 0.5 a unit, depending what price of profit. And in the earlier game, we got 2 out of 3 bets. We didn't get the value bet, but we got the other one. So we'll be plus 0.9 to 0.95 a unit, depending on what price you got. Bannon gets that. So not bad at all. Nearly 1.5 units profit tonight. We're popping some more of those up. No guarantees. Gamble with you. Gamble responsibly. Bet with your head, not over it. All that sort of responsible stuff. We'll pop those up tomorrow in the lead up to tomorrow's games. And I'll try and get some done for Sunday as well, but no guarantees. Bannon gets another one there. Happens from time to time, and that'll be full time. Isaac White tries to alley-oop it in afterwards, but the buzzer has gone. 80 to 72, the Jackjumpers win. Some interesting games tonight. Some big play-in permutations. It doesn't help those teams chasing, but it locks in that top 6 a little firmer. Let's run through those scorers. Let's start with the Jackjumpers. Leading scorer, Bryce Hamilton, 16 points. 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Next best was Nick Marshall, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Playing some good hoops, Nick Marshall. David Johnson off the bench, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. That's good news for you, Tony. That was the 3-pointers. There we go. Well, you're well under for Bryce Cotton. So that is the major scorers there. Ben Eyre, 10 points. Tiger Campbell, 11 points as well. Josh Bannon got 9 rebounds. David Johnson, 5 rebounds. I think we went through that. Adelaide, 25 points for Flynn Cameron. He got 6 rebounds and an assist. Bryce Cotton, 15 points. Just 2 3-pointers. 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Zylan Cheatham, the double-double, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Means he ticked over in all of our categories. And then DJ Vasiljevic, 6 points, no rebounds, no assists. Xander, mostly watch-alongs. I'll do the basketball. I'll do a bit of rugby union as well for the Australian team. We've done a little bit of cricket as well. Yeah, look, I'm pretty big into most sports, mate. Hit for 150. There you go. Well done, guys. Yeah, so plenty of sports, Xander, but just focusing on the basketball at the moment. Just if I had a bit more time, I'd probably do some more, but that's kind of where we sit at the moment. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe, all that fun stuff. Appreciate you all. Have a wonderful Friday, what's left of it for all of you. As I said, more videos coming with Hoops Hype over the weekend, and we look forward to talking to you during the week next week and having some more basketball hoops highlights. Thanks for tuning in to your home of the Black and White of Sports, the Chris McPherson Show. We'll talk to you soon.